Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sananda. Of course, we do not live nor follow your calendar, the dates that you humans created, but we cannot ignore the movement, which is being carried out today on your planet, in honor of women. Since the earliest times, women have shared with men all their skills, all their strength, all their ability to govern, think, and decide, always on an equal footing. There was never what you call a war of the sexes, to try to find out who had more power, who was more intelligent, who was more capable. Everything happened by mutual agreement. We saw the human being, we saw the mind, we saw the capacity, the intelligence, and not which sex he physically demonstrated. When this planet descended into the third dimension, this balance could not be maintained, because with this balance, it would be very difficult to manipulate, it would be very difficult to master, it would be very difficult to downgrade. So a whole succession of facts, beliefs, and errant concepts were being spread across the planet, completely taking away, practically, all of the woman's power. You don't need to go back in time much. Until the last century, there was still a time when women did not have a voice, the woman had no freedom, she had no decisions about her own life. And this caused men, that great superior, intelligent, powerful race, to increasingly make women an object, something expendable, despicable and totally weak, where they could do whatever they wanted, without suffering anything contrary to it. So, realize how much time was wasted in this ridiculous, baseless war against women. But this was not necessary, because if women had a voice, if women were equal to men, their planet would not have reached the stage it has reached today, you can be sure of that. But a lot had already been planned, for the current moment, and for this current moment to actually happen, women had to have a voice again, they had to claim their rights, they had to stand out as human beings again. And in good times, this started to happen. Women govern countries, cities, states, companies. And in the vast majority, if they are those who occupy these positions only with their hearts, letting their hearts speak, what is beneath their responsibilities, only grows, only becomes better personally and financially. Now those who let themselves succumb to power, to the war of demonstrating that they are simply better than men and continue repeating the same feats that they did for so long, they only perpetuate male power, and they add nothing to this new face of this human being. I can tell you that today, many women are ahead of this time. There are more awakened women than men. Surprised? No, don't stay. But this has a reason, because a woman allows herself to be led by her heart, a woman is not an incapable, stupid being who lets herself be dominated easily. Some even this happens, because they have not yet discovered the power they have, but for the most part, those who have already empowered themselves, stood up against the male yoke and are showing what they are capable of. But always with the heart in the middle, they let themselves be carried away by the heart. Men, even those who awaken, take a long time, because they are pure reason. So, reason prevents them from seeing things from the heart. The men who are awake today, and who are fighting through this entire process, let their hearts speak louder. Reason still exists, they still often fight with reason, but the heart stood out, and they are on the journey, together with this vast female majority. But they are prevailing, and this is fantastic. Because women have their own strength. Each citizen has their own way of seeing the world and their surroundings. Men are often more pragmatic, they don't let themselves be so shaken by sadness, by those little things that women are supposed to cling to. But many women, even if they cling to these little things, manage to stand up and have a voice. I can say and I can guarantee you, that women are responsible for this great change on the planet. Each one in their own way, each one in their own way, each one doing it for themselves and for the planet and for the whole, in their own way. But always putting your heart first. And when you put your heart first, everything becomes more beautiful, easier, more enlightened, and it is very easy to move forward, because as men would say, they live in a world of illusion, where the concrete, the real, they try to disguise it, they try to soften it with the love they have in their hearts. But not men. What is bad, there is no other alternative. Of course, everything I'm saying here has its exceptions. There are those women who don't have all that strength, they remain submissive to this day, they continue to have a small mind to this day, thinking they are submissive and inferior, as they have been taught all along. And they will certainly have a man who makes them believe this all the time, but it will end. Because these little tyrants will see the face of what they are, they will see themselves in the mirror, and they will see someday, those women they subjugated, rise up and become immense before them. And I guarantee, immense in every way, even in size. The power of man on this planet will not end, no, it will not end. The power of the enslaving, tyrannical, violent man, who thinks he is superior, who subjugates women, yes, this reign has its days numbered. Men will feel so submissive, so inferior, that they will not know what to do, because now it is women's turn, it is the female sex's turn to stand up. But stand up not to dominate, not to empower yourself in the sense of subjugate, stand up with your heart, stand up with love, worry about others, the planet, children, the elderly. This the woman will rise up and do, because this new era is the era of the heart, and those men, who today let their hearts speak louder, will pair up with these women, will help these women. They won't feel inferior, but they won't feel superior either, they will be human beings, just with different sexes, both responsible, both loving, both fair. This will be the new world. So I can leave here today, a great message to all of you, who are female, whether in body or in soul, you are already victorious and every day, you will become more powerful. But do not confuse, power with tyranny, power, with superiority, power, with submission from another, power, to inferiorize the other. No, you will be powerful to change the world, but to change the world, to a world where only one thing reigns, love. This will be the new world, led by you women too. And where there will only be companionship, diplomacy, balance, peace, harmony. There will be equality, regardless of what you wear. What will matter will be what is in the heart and what is past, from this heart to the mind, to effectively perform. Another message I leave here, is that many of you women, in order to free yourself from so much yoke, from so much inferiority, became worse creatures than those men who did all this to you. So I tell you, that revenge, this false power, is fleeting, it is ephemeral, it is totally finite. And you too will see this power end. Because it's not enough to just be a woman. What is needed is to have a heart, and through this heart, govern, exchange ideas, maintain order, care, protect, equalize everyone, and provide equal living conditions for everyone. So learn, it doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman, physical or soul. What matters to Mundo Novo is what you have in your heart, it's how your heart shines. It is the feelings that come to your mind, that will make you walk in the new era, that which is the most important thing, unconditional love.